I am Jambari Moreau, and it's just been announced that Christie Sides obviously is no longer the coach of the Indiana Fever. I want to speak about the 5 reasons or the 5 missteps, actually, the 5 reasons why Christie Sides no longer is coaching this Indiana Fever. First and foremost, I'm going to start off with the new president and GM. Obviously, Amber Cox, Kelly Krauskopf. The fact that one, you have somebody new in your building, she is a new president. She wants to leave her imprint on her team because this is literally her team. She's like second in command to the owner, right? So if they're hiring her to come back and she's already won a ring in this organization, it is just only natural and right that she's going to want to pick her own GM, which she did with Amber Cox, and she's going to want to pick her own head coach. Now, a lot of the time, some people, they have to join an organization and maybe there's an established coach or an established GM. With Miss Kelly, she's saying we're cleaning deck. I'm doing this my way, and she's gonna do the job her way. It's just really, honestly, it's just that simple. And it's not like Coach Sides did a bad job because she was 20-20. She helped the Fever get to the playoffs the first time since almost 7 to 10 years. And the fact that she was able to help this team do what they did, coming from 1-7 to finishing with a 500 record. I mean, that's just insane in itself. But I'm not gonna blame the president, and I don't think anybody should, because she wants to win or lose with the people that she select. And that would be my first biggest reason, if not. Number two, Stephanie White. The fact that you have a head coach who's already been in the organization, and I just mentioned it with President Kelly, you have the Indiana Fever who are looking to win a chip. Now, with Coach White, she's already led the Connecticut Sun to a number 3 seed. This is just this season, and they had arguably the best defense in the league. And I'm going to bring up my next point in a minute. And the fact that they had all of this already established for the Sun team, and they seem to even weren't content with her. For President Kelly, she's like, oh, let's sign Stephanie White right now. So the fact that they have her in the building, or the fact that they're speaking to her in the building about coming back potentially, and she's already been a Fever alum, and she's already coached there, it's like a full circle moment. And her former president is there. Her former boss is there. So it's like a full circle moment. So those are my first 2 reasons. Number 3, I just spoke about it, the defense. Now, the Indiana Fever's defense weren't the best. They're one of the worst teams in the league defensively. They obviously did do well enough to win and get to the playoffs. But the issue was I felt like they didn't have enough defensive players to play in a play style that would allow them to, I guess, do the defense or execute the defense that Christie Sides wanted. But now looking back, it's safe to say that a part of it was the defense. That they had a little bit more defense, they probably would have did better. And it's just about more. I don't think that they had the players to begin with. They just needed to make more timely stops to kind of get better wins. Number 4 will be the rotations on the team. A lot of the rotations in the beginning of the season and even towards the end, sometimes they're just a little janky and a little off. The fact that, again, Christy Wallace came into the year starting, and I understand why, because of the previous season she was shooting 40% from 3, and they thought that would be the type of player that could play defense and space the floor with Caitlin. But it was just the wrong pick. Obviously, they had Lexi Hall sitting on the bench early, and it was funny because she ended up being arguably the best 3-point shooter in the league by the end of the year. And she came on very strong late. They were giving minutes to Katie Lou Samuelson. It's just like the lineups are just janky, and Alyssa Smith getting benched. And obviously it just didn't make sense. That and the rotation sometimes didn't make sense. The last reason is the fact that Indiana is just in a win now mode. They feel like they don't want to have Christie Sides or Coach Sides spearhead this team to win a chip. And the fact that they're looking, I guess, for a more established, somebody that's already done the job or close to doing the job. They're in a win now mode. And they're trying to maximize every single minute of Caitlin's career, in addition to obviously everyone else. But they want to make sure that she stays in Indiana, and they know that the way that needs to get done is they have to win. So it's just a high-pressure situation. They're trying to win. And again, shout out to Coach Sides, because I'm sure she'll be coaching somewhere again. She didn't do a terrible job this season at all, not by a long shot, helping them get 2020 record from seeing where they came from to where they are now. And the fact, again, she finished 3rd in Coach of the Year voting, so she had a damn good season herself. But it's professional sports. Sometimes it can be just as cutthroat. So what are your thoughts about this?